Yo guys, balik lagi dengan gue Epun. Selamat datang kembali menjadi operator TV. Jadi ternyata ini game endingnya banyak. Story-nya itu tergantung dari pilihan-pilihan yang kalian pilih lah intinya. Ini sama kayak model-model kayak film game-gamenya Dark Picture, Quarry itu mirip ternyata. Dan gue nggak tahu gue bakal dapat ending apa, jadi kita mainin aja, kita tamatin aja guys. Sekarang kita sudah di day 15, a late night. Udah malam nih guys ya. Oh, kita ke bioskop agak lebih duluan. Some are there waiting address the night. Oke, jadi kita lagi ke bioskop guys. Sekarang nih guys. Dan kita dapetin paspor balik, ya kan? And how many board do you people need to stand in line? Buat the relocation of people who could pay their new tax bill. Oh, it sounds awful. Oke. Bayar pajak ya. When you get home, you still laughing at the same head upstairs to shower beforehand. You notice you're 14 years. Oh, anak kita lagi nggak ada di rumah nih. Tapi ada dia ada note di dalam dapur, dapur table. It say dia lagi ke rumah temennya. Gua percaya sama Charlie, dia bakal di rumah bentar lagi. Gua harus percaya sama anak gua. It's one night. We got a starting on decision time. Betul. Dia cuma nginep di rumah temannya sekali-sekali lah. Gua nggak mau menjadi orang tua emang kekang ya guys ya. Dan apalagi itu Charlie, berarti kan cowok kan. Mau nginep rumah temannya silahkan, nggak apa-apa. Silahkan. Dapat telepon dari sekolah. This is my family. Misalnya current education sudah a tiny old man goes on. He wasn't school today. We had dia bolos. Anak gua udah nginep di rumah temennya, sekarang dia bolos. Pinter ya, gua kasih kepercayaan dikit, dia bolos. Tiba-tiba udah D42. Oke. A gentleman, you are living through the park of a new bill pull out. Oh, gaji. We work as a team, we are reward for one together. Chris is safe, this all matter you hope. Wow, well. Udah Christmas aja nih, tiba-tiba udah Natal guys. You can help but crack a smile as you look around the table. Oke. Use the snow. Ya ada salju. Anak-anak lagi main. Dan orang-orang tuanya yang nenek-neneknya berusaha untuk bangun ya, nggak tidur ya. Across your room, Chris is probably on tropical summer you think. Anjir, Chris nggak pulang-pulang. Sumpah nih anak. You catch some eye who break into smiles, think the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has been stretched a little thinner this year. You look around the room, family. Oh, gue bakal ngomong. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? Yes, Pat is lovely. Oh, oke. Nenek kita happy ya Christmasnya. You make a toast. Merry Christmas to everyone. Gua lega kalian semua ada di sini. Well, most of us, tentunya anak gua nggak di sini ya. I'm not going to. I'm just, me and my friend are planning going travel this UC begin. Well, I'm hoping you help me with the money. Si Mamba and push Reva in the rings, but the trains are expensive. This is the great opportunity for her. Okay. Tapi duit lagi bokek nih, lagi bokek. Waduh, dia marah anak gue yang cewek marah. Terus istri kita juga marah sama kita. Really? Mary fucking, marah guys. Tolonglah, bapak lu lagi susah nih kerja nih, jadi operator TV nih. A long weekend, ini udah liburan panjang guys. No kids, no work, just a bit of man. Anjir. Sedih amat nih. Pleasant evening. Oke, nggak ada job nih. Sam, calm down. Sam, kissing it the key from the distance start. Nggak. Keluarga yang paling penting. Keluarga paling penting. Kita udah janji. Kita harus liburan sama keluarga kita. Some sort look from the Excelsior College. I'm not sit waiting for it. I'm very disappointed with son. Worth it? Worth it kah? Family daripada kerjaan guys? Tentu worth it-an keluarga kan? Daripada kerja kan? Gara-gara gua nge-ignore message-nya tadi. Oke. Oke. Istri apa? Diskambili. Aduh. Ternyata ada banyak masalah keluarga ya guys di game ini guys ya. Gue kira cuma jadi operator TV loh gue. Brandishing to ticket. Shall we go? Free ticket are free ticket. Ya lah, free ticket. Nonton lah kita. Let's go. A profitable partnership. Oh. After a long day at work, you come phone on shop of SM taking you. Best to get over it. Bentar, ini mainnya kapan ya jadi operatornya ya guys ya? Ini terlalu banyak cerita guys di game ini. Thank you for making your selection. Just how influence could you have? Wow. Anjir, udah sebulan lebih lagi guys. Hampir 2 bulan malah. Well, we go back to work guys. Finally. Finally kita kerja. The Tempest.
Good evening, Alex. It's Boozman here.
Your boss. Well,
while you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Gimana? Yang mana advance? Ini ya. Cek power, sorry. Nyalain power dulu. Advance, this the kokon. Oke, iklannya yang gue pilih nih. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative, A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months,
Oh, ini misteri simbol. Hampir aja gua salah pilih gambar, guys.
of a silent resistance movement. And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
Yang B dong, masa yang A?
Two of the finest minds in science working together. Hopes are still high.
Operation Survive dong, masa Operation Escape?
Without enough engineers
Tidak mungkin
to
dong.
successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground.
Oke.
I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Ya kalian kayak lagi nonton berita luar aja sih guys
Sharing
sebetulnya
their
guys.
opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our
With
very
naked
own
protest.
Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Aduh kalau, oh my god, gue salah pilih guys, gue salah pilih. Gue lupa ada waktu di sini.
It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen is thriving under advance.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year.
Yang ini dong, biar beritanya naik guys, lagi lamaran guys. Langsung gosip-gosip ya kan. Tapi yang kedua fotonya lebih gosip lagi sih karena ada test result. Bisa jadi kayak anak di luar nikah dan sebagainya ya kan. Itu lebih hot lagi sih sebetulnya gosipnya sih.
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a surprising new project that already has the markets raising an eyebrow.
Known for taking risks and bold strategies, could the adventurous CEO be leading the business giant down a dark alley? Taking it to a new level.
Oh nice.
We understand
Nice.
the Mobile Orientation Operational Borrowing Service will be a new international travel system based around
True tunnel, anjir kalau misalnya ini ada guys di bumi kita, ini gokil gila. Lu gokil kalau misalnya ada ya kan, lu bisa nembusin inti bumi buat muncul di tempat yang lain. Nggak bisa, terlalu.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Gila, pas banget gak sih gue? Sekarang bumpernya beda ya, bumpernya mereka berdua ya guys ya. Oke. Bumpernya lumayan lama ya. National Nightly News, oh ini malam nih.
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those
Kasian
affected by
banget.
the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy.
Oh,
Tonight, he talks to us.
oke.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. Without our publicity, the sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, might have been
Oke.
On behalf of the Nightly News team,
We are sorry.
in future, we will do better.
now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home.
Robin?
Thank you, Megan.
Anjay.
Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us.
Anjir kasihan banget anaknya.
Very lucky we're spending any time with you at all. After what you lot did.
Kasihan banget sampai kayak gitu guys.
I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As
Oh,
you can
bapaknya
see,
nggak terima
Megan,
kalau misalnya
Timothy
anaknya
is
korban
not
victim
here.
ini mau dijadiin
I'll tread
berita.
carefully.
Guys.
I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
Oke.
So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already.
Mr.
Smelled like
Snuggle.
love.
Ah, yes. That'll be
Mr.
fur,
Snuggle.
scented with her.
Kalian masih ingat gak berita?
I was so excited.
Kalian masih ingat gak di game sebelumnya gue kasih
So soft and warm, like our cat.
bentar, kalian masih ingat gak di video sebelumnya gue sempat pasang iklan Mr. Snuggle, guys?
Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend."
Kalian inget kan?
But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be for just $89.99. And then it's the general error 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Snuggle berbahaya ternyata, guys, yang kita iklanin. Jangan-jangan ini ada hubungannya sama iklan yang kita pasang ya, guys ya? Di yang kemarin, hari-hari kemarin itu.
Started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the
Apa
last
sih?
thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye,
Hah?
laughed as he burned.
It
Kasian
sounds
banget.
very traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
Oh, right, that's quite
Oh,
enough
nggak
for
perlu.
you two. Coming in here with your camera, trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call...
Enggak sih, enggak. Reporter nggak seharusnya begitu sih.
Now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Calm down, you're
Do you think your parents will ever really love you?
Wah, udah chaos nih.
Enough. Come on, Mr. Tadlock. Your poster, your favourite poster.
Oh my god.
So there
Oh my
you have
god.
it, Megan. Just one of the many
Reporter kalau kayak gini di Indo, abis langsung.
that has shaken our nation.
Abis langsung udah. Tapi tuh cewek juga kuat banget ya.
Questions to be answered by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months, I'd wager. How will she
Masih ada nih, guys.
around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts
Kayaknya gue
advise
salah
always
pasang
check
iklan
for
deh, guys, di game
advancements
sebelumnya, guys.
which guarantee a level
Wow.
of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it.
Oke.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families.
Oke.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
Oh my god. Gue lupa ini harusnya iklan, guys.
Very good.
Ini harusnya iklan. Hampir aja gue telat.
Jeremy, women are coming.
I'm more worried about this water dripping into my head.
On reality, what it doesn't have to be.
Kita dengerin ininya aja.
We're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake.
No one want to see Fanny on the news. Oh, oke.
Postman out.
Glass kitchens, or collect your thoughts in our beautiful gardens.
Oke. Gue kayaknya udah bener deh. Crazy Neil sama ini
Pass on pain
jangan.
slow, surrounded by those you love, in comfort.
Tom Harris explain the importance of the
Isn't that what we all
Crazy
deserve?
Neil extra.
Well lived.
Coba gue cek dulu. An elegant new skin cream with porky little twist. Oke.
Difficult arrangements.
Ini iklan apa?
Will help your dependence through.
Kayaknya gue nggak boleh pasang yang dua ini deh, guys. Katanya tadi udah di warning, guys.
And compassionately.
Wah, lagunya copyright ini.
Absolutely
Mati dah gue. Gue tahu ini lagu backsound apa, guys. Kalian ada yang tahu? Komen di bawah. Gue pengen tahu seberapa hebatnya tes musik kalian.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, We're going
Kok
now
kayak delay ya?
to Patrick Bannon, who's reporting
Oh
live
ya
from
ampun, gue
Riveting
salah
Nation
denger.
Sportsboard. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You join me live here from the
Salah volume. Ini volume yang live, ini volume yang broadcast gue.
I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
Slapping ceremony. Siapa yang bikin seremoni slapping? Coba.
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on.
Oh.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
Huh?
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
Main apa sih?
Not a bad shot there from Harris.
Apa sih?
Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad if you ask me. To Harris. Bit of business
Anak
with
kecil
Webcam.
tidak boleh lihat tadi.
Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football, move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope the round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends.
Game apa? Game apa?
Changing off the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
Nggak make sense. Dari semua ini nggak ada yang make sense.
Striker giving it large.
Second round, double. Harris.
Wins round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breast.
Oh my god! Anak kecil! Tidak boleh lihat! Oh my god!
We broadcast any of that, as I said, we're going to get the situation resolved. But it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's body, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into
Oh my god,
now,
gua salah pencet guys tadi guys.
Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris.
Mau ngapain lagi nih Haris?
And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that at the heats. What a brilliant move.
What the hell?
Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound.
Huh?
Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket.
Huh?
I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery in display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, always said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Fist.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, sekarang ada cowok bugil guys. Oh my god.
And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets
Ini apa sih?
hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad.
You go first. You go first.
Well, that ball boy's giving me the eye all the day. I don't know what's going on there.
Guys, gue tidak bisa berkata-kata, guys. Gue tidak bisa berkata-kata dengan game ini. Makin lama makin random. Makin lama makin random.
And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to striker.
Oh, jadi ini bolanya nggak boleh dimasukin.
Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps. And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So,
guys, kalian bisa jelasin gak sih?
Tommy Harris.
Ini maksudnya apa?
That's all right.
Nggak perlu dipahami sih. Sebetulnya ini nggak ada maksud.
Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact, a caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Breasts and genitals full to see. I mean, there's only so much you can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because
mati gue.
because these protesters hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes, we want our money. Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters, absolute wasters.
Oh my God. Chaos, guys, chaos, guys.
Jog on. This is the mine round. It's an absolute bloody. Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round.
Final round, guys.
Tuesday, the final round is a mine round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in at this point. Really high-level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Makin lama makin aneh nih game, guys.
Getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands.
Okay, dia juggling dengan imaginary.
Put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg, and now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From
A legal split.
But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move.
Gua tidak bisa ngomong apa-apa, guys. Ini.
What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic. There we go, Jeremy. That is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please.
Siapa yang menang?
And the winner of the first annual
Sports Board Championship is
everyone! Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there at an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board,
Oh
Jeremy.
my God, that's so chaos.
Went to double with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently
Hujan,
have a
guys.
big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Why bother strengthening your body when you can strengthen your face? My name's Helena Canterbury-Boatshoe, and I'm 47. You know me from films like The Medicated, Me and My Puncture, and A Girl with a Heart.
Masih dapat segmen kita dapat grade A kah?
Playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none.
Good luck.
We believe your skin deserves the best, so the new formula actively removes harsh chemicals from your skin. The high salt content actually pulls the dihydrogen monoxide right from your pores.
Ini game kalau gue lihat ya guys ya,
Skin you've come to expect.
sebetulnya really enjoy kalau lu main. Really enjoy karena
41%
lucu-lucuan aja udah. Ini game meme aja sih sebetulnya sih maksud gue. Cuman gue nggak expect ada naked man and woman sih di sana sih.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in
Salah.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
Oke.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new...
Bahaya sekali tuh.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum
Jangan-jangan sekarang kalau misalnya cuaca lagi hujan, petir bisa ngerusak dari sini nih.
how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's dripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative.
Bocor kah studionya kah?
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Kan dia nanya ya.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
Much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
Pet?
so yes, it's camera 4 right there.
When I was 13, me mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning. So
Dia pengen disorot, jadi kita diemin dulu. Gua nggak peduli dengan 10 second rules. Kayaknya kalau misalnya kita ganti atau apa, kayaknya kita bisa dapat omelan dari pemerintahan. So, I'm gonna stay in camera 4, guys.
It's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope. 3 days later, we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching
Wah,
football.
sensor dong. Dia ngomong shit.
That sounds...
It was awful. It was awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days, the legal Financial,
Yeah.
medical, and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So
Yeah.
even
Keep
a
dreaming,
poor
boy.
citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Kaget gua.
This microphone package just given me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it from my asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air.
Oh my god, sensornya baik banget.
Sorry, my apologies.
Gua lupa.
Are you
Dia-
not worried that this new system might be open to
Kayaknya gua ada yang
use?
salah sensor deh.
Sorry, I've got zapped again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat.
Jesus, I lost your face, fucker. That one
Oh
was
my god,
massive.
sensor.
This bastard's coming off.
Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Ada aja lo bisa kesetrum.
With a rusty twat.
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Oh my god.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
Oke, ini terlalu banyak yang terjadi ya guys ya.
Watching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to
Oke,
believe
itu
you've
cowok
yet to
udah
get off
pergi deh. Bikin gua pusing nih jadi operator nih masalahnya.
Started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board Final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Whoa!
Good job, everybody.
So they just...
The same, sir.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
Hah? Gue lagi mau masukin iklan. Bam! Meledak. Tiba-tiba. All offensive word are censored. Interfere visio. You play one advert too late. Oke. You have received generous bonus. Well, gue gimana? Tekniknya negatif. Udah punya uang guys. Udah punya uang. Kita liburan sama keluarga kita. Let's go. PC share naik. Ini naik. Ini mau naik. Ini turun. Ini turun. Oke. Wah. Ini apa guys? Yang tengah baru nih. Ya. I don't know about this game. Gua nggak tahu gue mau ngelanjutin apa enggak. Sekarang gue bener-bener bingung. Sebetulnya gamenya nggak lama. Gamenya tuh cuman lama sih sebetulnya sih. Kalau misalnya gue bikin satu episode kayak ini 30 menit, berarti butuh sekitar 20 part guys. Pasti lama. Storynya ini 6 jam. 6 jam itu 6 jam storynya doang. Kalau mau 6 jam sama bonusnya itu sampai 9 jam, lumayan lama ini game. Ya kalau misalnya gue mau bikin satu video 30 menit ya berarti ya kalian kali aja ya kan. 2 video 1 jam. Berarti butuh berapa video? Gue salah ngitung ya? Berarti butuh sekitar 12 lah. 12 video guys ya. 12 part buat namatin not for broadcast ini guys ya. Udah, sampai di sini dulu guys. Thank you semuanya udah nonton. Jangan lupa di-subscribe dan di-like. See you in the next video guys. Bye-bye.